If you flew straight up from the Milky Way, you wouldn't find a peaceful, empty void. Instead, you would plunge headfirst into the radioactive graveyard of an ancient, violent explosion. We're conditioned to picture our galaxy as a flat, spinning cosmic frisbee, but that is a dangerous illusion. The truth hiding above and below us is far more terrifying, and it completely rewrites the history of our cosmic neighborhood. Welcome to Astro Trivia, where we uncover the universe's darkest secrets. If you want to explore the cosmos with us, consider subscribing. Now, let's leave the Flatlands behind. Look at almost any illustration of the Milky Way and you will see a brilliant, glittering pinwheel floating in the dark. It is easy to understand why we imagine it this way. From our vantage point here on Earth, tucked securely inside one of the spiral arms, the densest concentration of stars stretches across our night sky like a glowing, spilled river of milk. This is the galactic disk. It spans roughly 100,000 light-years across, yet it is astonishingly thin, only about 1,000 light-years thick. If our galaxy were the size of a standard vinyl record, it would be proportionally just as flat. This disk is where the action is. It is the bustling metropolis of the galaxy, holding almost all the gas, dust, and newborn stars. But what happens when you step out of the city limits? If you were to launch a spacecraft directly perpendicular to this disk, flying up or down from the galactic plane, the bustling stellar neighborhoods would quickly fade away. But you wouldn't be in empty space. You would enter the galactic halo. This halo is a vast, spherical frontier that completely engulfs the flat disk like a giant, invisible snow globe. It is sparsely populated, but what lives here is ancient. As you travel through this region, you would encounter globular clusters, tightly packed spherical fortresses containing hundreds of thousands of the oldest stars in the universe. Some of these stellar fossils have been orbiting in the freezing dark since the galaxy was just a chaotic cloud of primordial gas. Yet these ancient stars are merely the visible tip of a massive iceberg. The true ruler of the galactic halo is something we cannot even see: dark matter. This mysterious, invisible scaffolding makes up about 85% of the Milky Way's total mass. It extends hundreds of thousands of light-years in every direction, holding the entire galaxy together with its immense gravitational grip. You cannot see it, and you cannot touch it, but without this gigantic spherical ghost enveloping the disk, our galaxy would tear itself apart. So we have an ancient halo of old stars and invisible dark matter. If that were the whole story, the regions above and below the Milky Way would just be a quiet, frozen graveyard. But in 2010, astronomers made a discovery that completely shattered this peaceful image. Using the Fermi Gamma-ray Space Telescope, scientists peered out of the galactic plane and spotted something impossible. Looming directly above and below the center of our galaxy were two colossal glowing structures. They're called the Fermi bubbles, and their sheer scale is difficult to comprehend. Imagine two monumental balloons of raw energy inflating out from the galaxy's core. Each bubble stretches an agonizing 25,000 light-years into the darkness of the halo. Combined, they span 50,000 light-years from end to end. To put that into perspective, that is roughly half the width of the entire Milky Way disk itself. If human eyes were sensitive to gamma-ray radiation, these monstrous structures would dominate our night sky, spanning roughly 2/3 of the visible heavens, looming over us like a pair of glowing cosmic lungs. But what exactly are they made of? You aren't looking at stars or planets or gentle clouds of nebula gas. These bubbles are composed of high-energy cosmic rays, subatomic particles, and magnetic fields traveling at relativistic speeds, meaning they're moving at a significant fraction of the speed of light. They are heavily saturated with gamma rays, the most energetic and dangerous form of light in the universe. Even more baffling is the temperature paradox they present. Space is famously freezing, especially out in the desolate stretches of the galactic halo, where temperatures hover near absolute zero. Yet the gas trapped inside the Fermi bubbles is scorching. We're talking about temperatures reaching millions of degrees Fahrenheit. It's a massive boiling cauldron suspended in the freezing vacuum. Finding these structures was like walking into your quiet, predictable backyard and suddenly discovering a massive, glowing, radioactive crater that you had somehow never noticed before. They shouldn't be there. A quiet, mature spiral galaxy like the Milky Way is not supposed to have colossal, hyperheated radiation bubbles erupting from its core. Something violent, something possessing unimaginable, civilization-ending power had to have created them, and the culprit was hiding right in the center of the galactic disk all along. Let's trace these glowing behemoths down to their roots. If you follow the Fermi bubbles back to where they pinch together, right at the center of the galactic disk, you will find yourself staring into the abyss of Sagittarius A star. This is the supermassive black hole anchoring our entire Milky Way. For decades, astronomers thought our central black hole was a quiet, starving giant, gently slumbering in the dark, while other galaxies boasted fiercely active cores. But the Fermi bubbles tell a very different, much more violent story. They are the cosmic scar tissue of a catastrophic, galaxy-shaking eruption. Between 2 and 4 million years ago, right around the exact time our ancient hominid ancestors like Australopithecus were just learning to walk upright on the African savanna, our galaxy's core suddenly and violently woke up. Sagittarius A star didn't just snack, it gorged itself. An enormous reservoir of matter, perhaps a tightly packed cluster containing thousands of stars, ventured too close to the event horizon and was brutally torn apart by tidal forces. As this massive banquet was dragged down into the black hole's swirling accretion disk, it created an apocalyptic cosmic traffic jam. The intense friction and twisting magnetic fields generated pressures and temperatures so extreme that the black hole simply couldn't consume all the material fast enough. To relieve this unimaginable pressure, the black hole essentially short-circuited, firing off the excess energy. Two blinding, hyper-powered jets of plasma and radiation blasted out from its northern and southern poles, shooting strictly perpendicular to the galactic disk at nearly the speed of light. Think of the staggering energy released. We are talking about the equivalent output of 100,000 supernovae detonating simultaneously, all channeled into two tight, focused beams of absolute destruction. Like a celestial blowtorch, these twin jets carved straight through the thin gas of the galactic halo, inflating those monstrous Fermi bubbles over the course of millions of years. It was a cosmic eruption of unfathomable proportions, a brief but terrifying return to the chaotic days when the Milky Way might have resembled a raging quasar. Today, the central engine has quieted down again, returning to a low-level simmer. But those glowing 50,000 light-year-tall monuments suspended above and below us stand as a silent radioactive warning. Our sleeping giant has a terrifying temper, and the history of our home galaxy is written in fire. If you think the Fermi bubbles are the only things lurking out there, brace yourself. In 2020, an X-ray observatory named Eruption revealed something even larger. Wrapped around the outside of the Fermi bubbles like a colossal Russian nesting doll are the Eruption bubbles. Emitting faint X-rays, these structures are even more massive, stretching a staggering 45,000 light-years in each direction. They completely encompass the inner gamma-ray structure, proving that the shock waves from Sagittarius A star's ancient eruption pushed significantly further out into the dark halo than we ever imagined. But the regions above and below our galaxy aren't just an explosive graveyard. They are also a turbulent, rushing river of cosmic weather. As you navigate the halo, you would fly directly through the Magellanic Stream. This is a breathtaking high-speed ribbon of hydrogen gas that loops over the top of the Milky Way and dips far below it. Where did it come from? It is the bleeding debris of two dwarf galaxies, the large and small Magellanic Clouds, which are slowly being cannibalized by our galaxy's immense gravity. The Milky Way is literally tearing them apart as they orbit, leaving this sprawling gaseous wake stretching across half the sky. And then there's the incoming traffic. Looming out of the darkness are high-velocity clouds. Take the Smith cloud, for example. It's an immense, invisible torpedo of hydrogen gas, millions of times the mass of our Sun, plummeting straight toward the galactic disk at nearly 700,000 miles per hour. When it eventually smashes into the Milky Way's plane millions of years from now, it won't destroy us. Instead, it will ignite a spectacular firestorm of new star formation. This is the grand, beautiful truth of the space above and below us. It is not an empty attic, it is a dynamic ecosystem of cosmic recycling, where the violent deaths of old worlds fuel the birth of new ones. Eventually, if you keep flying outward hundreds of thousands of light years above the glowing galactic disk, the scattered globular clusters and the invisible web of dark matter will finally thin out. You have reached the ultimate frontier. You are leaving the Milky Way entirely and entering the intergalactic medium. Stepping into this boundless void is an experience of terrifying ultimate isolation. Here, you are finally free from the gravitational tether of our home galaxy. The emptiness is so profound that it defies human comprehension. In the air you breathe right now, there are billions of trillions of molecules in a single cubic inch. Out here, in the deep void between galaxies, you might find only 1 or 2 lonely atoms of hydrogen per cubic meter. It is the closest thing in reality to an absolute perfect vacuum. If you stop your ship out here in the pitch-black silence and look back, you will see it. The entire Milky Way galaxy, suspended in the endless dark like a delicate, luminescent jewel. You would see the thin, bright spiral disk, the faint glow of the massive spherical halo, and the ghostly X-ray bubbles towering above its core. It is our entire known universe, reduced to a fragile island of light in a sea of nothingness. We rarely look at the universe in 3 dimensions, but the truth is, the Milky Way is not just a flat, static disk. It is a breathing, turbulent, 3-dimensional beast with a violent radioactive past and a dynamic, churning halo. The empty space above us is anything but empty. Thank you for journeying out of the Flatlands with us here at Astro Trivia. If this trip changed how you see the night sky, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the universe's greatest mysteries.